Chapter 25, Dark Territory, Bright Dreams. The announcement came with little fanfare, no grand proclamations, no ominous static, just a quiet patch note on the console, a shimmering line of text across the servers. Star Citizen 4.3 installed. For the first time in living memory, everything mostly worked. Mostly. First night, into the dark. The crew rallied. At least, some of them did. Graham had commitments in the Outer Rim, and Nick was nowhere to be seen. Kate's comms pings went unanswered, leaving only herself and Fuji to attempt the new Dark Territory contract. The cat basket was warmed up, humming with promise. They launched smoothly toward one of Stanton's moons, descent vectors plotted. That was the plan. The reality was a sudden jolt as the Asgard space brakes failed to respond on final approach. Kate wrestled the controls, but the massive dropship clipped an outcropping of jagged rock. The cat basket lurched sideways and tumbled end over end in an eerie imitation of the doomed dropship from the movie Aliens. Flames, alarms, chaos, then blackness. Respawn. With quiet determination, Kate and Fuji returned in the reliable frame of the Bone Marrow. The landing was careful this time, soft skids onto the dusty regolith. They pressed forward into the subterranean facility, a cavernous maze carved into the moon's bedrock, glistening stalactites and stalagmites looming in the gloom. Lights flickered, spooky noises echoed. Something slithered just beyond torchlight. Toxic green serpentine creatures moved between the rocks, spitting venom that hissed where it struck. But Fuji cut them down with surgical precision, while Kate advanced with grim purpose. The data vault was reached, evidence extracted, mission accomplished. Second night, Graham's mishap. The following evening, Nick finally surfaced, pale and dishevelled, like someone from 5 years without a haircut, pasty as a man who lived more in code than sunlight. Graham also returned from his excursions, eager for action. It was a night that proved less dignified. On a routine transit, Graham fumbled the wrong control. His Mustang canopy blew open, and he found himself abruptly ejected into the cold silence of space. His comms were calm enough. Well, this is awkward. Fuji, in his Hornet, swooped in, but the cockpit was cramped, and Graham's suited body had to be hauled awkwardly across Fuji's lap as he piloted one-handed back to safety. The banter over comms could not be repeated, but Bublina recorded every moment for future playback. Third night, freight dreams. By the third night, patience had worn thin. Once again, only Kate and Fuji were ready. They elected to wait for a full crew before continuing deeper into dark territory. Instead, Kate suggested something pragmatic. Freight, she said simply. Together, they shifted containers across the system, credits slowly accumulating. As they worked, Kate's mind turned towards the horizon. I want a Carrack, she confessed over comms. A flagship, something beyond even this. Fuji only nodded. Kate's resolve solidified. By the end of the evening, she did the unthinkable. The Bone Marrow 2, their Starlancer Max, was mothballed. In its place, she reinstated its predecessor, a hulking Hercules C2 Starlifter. She christened it again with pride, the Bone Marrow 1. Together, they spent hours hauling cargo from ArcCorp's Riker spaceport up to Bajini Point, immense freight runs that made the universe somehow feel smaller and strangely mechanical. They capped the night with mercenary patrols, Kate in the newly repaired cat basket, Fuji in his Hornet, cutting down pirates and scavengers with clean efficiency when he wasn't nearly accidentally turning into the cat basket with an overly sharp maneuver. Elevator to nowhere. It was the final act of the evening that pushed reality back into absurdity. Fuji stepped into an elevator bound for Kate's hangar. Instead of the expected descent, the doors closed and the elevator simply kept going. Through the station, through the planet, through space and time itself. His comms were level. This is unusual. A forced relog snapped the universe back into place. Fuji reappeared in the hangar where Kate stood waiting. And there, hovering 100 feet above the hangar floor, was a Drake Corsair. Uncrewed, abandoned, perfectly salvageable. Too good to ignore. With reckless creativity, Kate piloted the Pisces Medivac shuttle beneath it. Fuji balanced precariously atop the shuttle roof, climbing hand over hand until he breached the Corsair's hatch. With some dangerous aerobatics and only one respawn, and a fair bit of cursing, they managed to bring it down. But when the dust settled, the ship remained unclaimable. No ownership transfer, just another ghost in the hangar. Kate leaned back, exhaling softly. "Still," she said, "a good day." Fuji only nodded, and Bublina signed off the log with a triumphant, if slightly glitched, fanfare of meowing trumpets.